Hello, in this simple tutorial I'll be showing you how you can easily edit this photo from the start to the very end using just Photoshop. So in case you want to learn how to edit and color grade your raw images in Photoshop, this is the best video for you. So I've imported this raw image in Photoshop, and the very first thing I want to do is correcting the lighting and contrast issues regarding this very image, and also doing a little bit of color grading and color correction when it comes to this very photo. So for this, I'll simply come to the basic adjustments and play around with the highlights and my whites in this very image. I'll simply come and open up the shadows slightly and take my blacks down, and you can see the image starts getting to life. So I'll just come and add more contrast into the image and open up the shadows even more. So I'll just take the whites down to recover information within the whites of this very image. So after doing that, I'll just come and take up the temperature slider in order to warm up this very image. So I just prefer to edit warm looking photos or warm images. So after I've done that, I'll simply scroll to my color mixer, and in the color mixer I'll play around with these colors to have the best looking color for me. So you have hue, saturation, and luminance. Hue is changing the color, saturation is the intensity of a color, luminance is how bright or the brightness level of a given color. You can brighten or darken a given color. So for this case, I'll come to the hues and play around with the greens, for example. So I could make the greens pop in the background just like that. Then I could make my blues towards the aquas slightly. Then I'll come to my luminance and slightly darken the blue color so that it can pop out of the background. I'll come to the saturation and slightly reduce on the intensity or the saturation of the greens. So in order to make the image pop even more, I'll scroll down to my calibration panel and come to where you see saturation under blue primary, and I'll take it up just to make the image pop a little bit more. You can see before after. It is not really much, but it really makes a difference to this overall image. So after I've done the simple adjustments, I'll simply come and click on open in order to open the photo in Photoshop. So in Photoshop, we want to do the skin retouching. How are we going to be doing the skin retouching? We are just going to be using frequency separation. And as you can understand, frequency separation is a skin retouching technique that is going to divide the image into the colors and the textures. So just come to the background layer and create those two layers by pressing Ctrl J, or you can use Command J. So press Command J twice and double click on that, name it to color, and name the upper layer to, double click to name it to texture. After that, select the color layer, turn off the texture layer. Then you're going to come to filter, blur, come to Gaussian blur. Take the radius slider all the way down and click on an area that you feel has more skin details or skin textures and start blurring away those details. So the point here is you stop at the point whereby the details or the textures on the skin are just starting to disappear or to look blurry, and click OK. Select the texture layer and now activate it. Simply come to image, come to apply image, and it's going to open up the apply image dialog box right here in Photoshop. So under source, the source is the name of the photo that you're editing. Then under layer, select the color layer. Channel has to be RGB. The blending, since you're editing a 16-bit image, these are the settings that you have to use for a 16-bit image. So for a 16-bit image, the blending is add. The scale is 2, offset 0, and simply turn on the invert option. And you'll see the textures on this gray layer which is lacking colors. So in case you're editing an 8-bit image, these are the settings that you're going to be using. So for an 8-bit image, source, name of the image, then color, you select. The layer is the color layer. Channel has to be RGB. Blending has to be subtract. The scale is to offset 128. And make sure invert is not turned on, and you'll have the same results. So mine is 16-bit. So I'll revert the settings to 16-bit settings. Click OK. Change this from normal to linear light. Select both layers, then press Ctrl G, or you can press Command G on the keyboard to group these layers. Open up the group, select the color layer, and turn off the texture layer. Come to the brushes, right click and get the mixer brush tool. So after selecting the mixer brush tool, set it, hardness 0, soft round brush is selected. Clean brush is also selected, and the second option that says clean brush after each stroke is also selected. With a weight of 9%, load 75, mix 90, flat 100%. Make sure sample all layers is not turned on. So you're slightly going to zoom into this image by using Ctrl+, or you can use Command+ on the keyboard, and we start blending the transitions between the skin. So for this, I'll just start from the neck area. So to blend, simply left click and hold down, and you drag down to blend the transitions between the colors. So I'm just going to be doing this for the rest of the skin tones of our model, or the skin tones of our subject. So mix the highlights alone, and to blend you simply left click and hold down, and you drag in order to paint. And in case you are using a graphics tablet or a retouching tablet, use the pen or the stylus to blend the transitions between the skin tones. So I'll be doing this for the rest of the areas that have or contain skin tones. Mix the highlights alone, midtones alone, and the shadows alone. So make sure you are following the direction of the light, or how the light patterns are falling on the skin. Mix the highlights alone, midtones alone, and the shadows alone in the photo that you're trying to edit. So I'm just going to be doing this for the overall image, just like that. I hope you can see how nice the tones are getting. So reduce on the size in case you want to work on a smaller area, and you blend using a very small brush. So to reduce or increase on the size of the brush, you can use the square bracket keys. Yeah, the square bracket keys on the keyboard to increase or reduce on the size of the mixer brush tool. So in case a mixer brush tool is showing a plus icon, simply go and deactivate the caps lock key. So that is how simple it is to set the mixer brush tool. Use and apply it when you're trying to use it for skin retouching and frequency separation in general. So just come and turn on the texture or high frequency layer. You can see the before, after, before, after. We have been able to smoothen skin, and it is time to remove the skin imperfections like the blemishes on the model's skin. So just come and select the texture layer, come and get the clone stamp tool, and make sure for your settings, hardness set to 0, the mode is set to normal, opacity in the flat 100%. Make sure align is checked and the sample is set to current layer, because we want to remove blemishes that are part of the currently selected layer. So I'll zoom in by using Ctrl plus or Command plus on the keyboard and look for the blemishes or skin imperfections. So to remove these pimples or blemishes, you are simply going to make sure that the size of the clone stamp tool is slightly bigger than the pimple or the blemish that we want to remove from the model's skin, and hold down the Option key on the keyboard near the blemish that we want to remove, Option, and left click to copy clean skin, and release the Option key on the keyboard. For Windows, it is the alternate key on the keyboard, and left click over the pimple. So whenever you are trying to replace a pimple, make sure you let go of the Option or left the alternate key, and simply left click over the blemish, and that is going to be replaced with clean skin. So Option and left click to copy, release the Option button, and left click over the pimple or the blemish to replace the pimple or blemish with clean skin. So that is what I'm going to be doing for these blemishes. Remember, blemish removal is also part of the skin smoothing process, and you wouldn't want to leave any kinds of pimples or blemishes over the model's or subject's skin. So I'll be doing this for the rest of the blemishes or skin imperfections and clean up these pimples. So Control minus or Command minus to zoom out. So right now we are done with the skin retouching, and it's time to color grade the skin tones, or to achieve or create a uniform color of the skin tones. So for that, we are going to create a stamp visible layer by pressing Shift Option Command E, Shift Alternate Control E for Windows to create a stamp visible layer. Come to this new layer icon and create an empty layer. Change the blend mode for the empty layer from normal to color. Come back to the stamp visible layer that we created. Simply come to select and come to subject, and Photoshop is going to automatically select the subject for us. And after that, come back and select the new empty layer. Come to the brushes, right here you can get the normal brush tool, and make sure for your settings, soft round brush is selected. Hardness also set to 0. The mode is set to normal. Yeah, the mode is set to normal. Opacity in the flat 100%. And after doing that, we're just going to sample an area on the skin that we want the rest of the skin to look like. So I'm just going to sample a skin tone color. So to sample, hold down the Option key on the keyboard and left click to sample that area that you want the rest of the skin to look like. So I'll sample from this area, Option and left click to sample, Option and left click to sample a given color. So I'll sample this color is close to what I want. So after sampling that color, it is time to paint it. So just come and start painting. And how to paint? Simply left click and hold down, and you drag and paint in a given direction in the area that you want to work on or color grade. So you can see by just doing this, we are now trying to achieve a uniform skin tone or skin color for our model or our subject. So don't mind if or in case you paint extras, because you can go ahead and correct those extra areas that we may have accidentally painted during this process or procedure. But always make sure you zoom all the way in to identify and see the areas that you may not be able to see while you are zoomed all the way out. So I'll just come and paint right here in the middle of the hair, just like that. So ensure that you have painted on majority of the areas that are showing or displaying skin in the image or in the photo that you're trying to color grade. So keep away from painting in the makeup areas or even the lipstick or some parts of the eyeshadow. So I'm just going to eliminate or keep away from painting in those particular or specific areas of the image. So by just doing this, you can see how beautiful the image is turning out to be or to look. So I'll just come to this shoulder area, increase on the size by using the square bracket keys on the keyboard. So I'll just come to the hands. You can see that we had skin color inconsistencies, especially in the hands. By just using this simple process or procedure, we are now trying to achieve, or we are getting to achieve, uniform skin color for our model or for our subject in this case. So I'll paint quickly and easily in those particular areas. So just see how nice this is getting and looking right now. So right now, after we have painted in these areas, there are some of those areas whereby we may have made mistakes or errors. So just come and get the eraser tool, and with the eraser tool selected, the mode is set to brush, opacity in the flat 100%. We can now zoom in by using Ctrl plus, and the eraser tool is simply going to help you correct or erase color spills or areas whereby the color was spilling to the background or to the outfit of your subject or model. So make sure you use that too. You can see that part of the necklace had initially changed. So to get back the brush tool, press B on the keyboard and use a very tiny brush to paint once again. And the shortcut for the eraser tool is E. So simply press E and B for the brush and paint on those tiny areas that you may not have painted in the first place. I know this may be looking odd and awkward, but we can even correct that or rectify the skin tones to look better and more natural. So you're just going to come the opacity and reduce on the opacity to around 72. So you can see before, after. Then press Ctrl D or Command D to deselect active selection. So we're going to come and create a hue and saturation adjustment layer. Then come and target the reds and simply take down the lightness of the reds to around -11 is okay. Before, after. So what this is going to help, it is going to simply show us or reduce on the amount of the oranges regarding the orange color in the skin tone. So we're just going to come and create a selective color adjustment layer. Simply come and target the blacks first of all, and come to see the cyan and take up the cyan slider so that the whole image can look a little bit better and a little bit more cinematic. You're simply going to come and target the whites, and you can create a pure white for the outfit by playing around with the yellow slider. And by just doing this, you can see that we are now achieving a pure white outfit for our subject in this case by removing the yellows or the yellow color cast from her dress. You can see before, after, before, after. You can see by just doing this, we are achieving a better looking image. Then you're going to come and create a black and white adjustment layer. Change its blend mode from normal to multiply, and that is going to darken the overall image. And simply come the opacity and reduce on the opacity to around 7. I feel like 7 is okay. Then it is time to do a little bit of eye whitening. So in order to whiten the eyes of our subject, we are simply going to come to adjustments, create a hue and saturation adjustment layer, come and make sure master is selected, and take down the saturation of the overall image to around -79. Then press Ctrl I. You can press Command I on the keyboard to invert the effect. Right click under the brushes, get the brush tool. Then simply make sure you have black and white on these two color swatches. In case you have any other color apart from black and white, you can simply reset by pressing D on the keyboard, or you can reset by left clicking on the tiny color swatches right there. So make sure you have white as the foreground color, and you can now zoom in by using Ctrl plus, or you can use Command plus on the keyboard to zoom in and reduce on the size of the brush and paint on what you feel should be the white area of the eye, and that is going to remove all those random colors from the white area of the eye. So after you have done that, you can see the image now looks beautiful and vibrant enough. So next, I want to show you the before and after for the color grading and skin retouching before after. It is time to save the image. So in order to save the image, simply come to File, Export, and come to Export As, and it's going to open up the Export As dialog box right here in Photoshop. The format is JPEG. Quality, make sure that quality is set to the maximum, which is 7 for this case. Make sure the resample is set to bicubic sharper, and when it comes to the color space, make sure that the color space is set to convert sRGB and embed color profile. Make sure these two are checked and simply click on export, and you can choose a location where you want to save or export the image. So this is how you can easily edit and color grade in Photoshop. I hope you have loved this very video, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel if at all you have been watching and you are not a subscriber to this channel. Ronix from Ronix Photography. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in yet more videos on this channel. Don't forget to keep practicing and also keep creating.